Ahoy! I have found what I have long been seeking, and that is the right tools to adjust. Let's see, there it is. Adjust my stuffing box. It's dripping a little bit too much. Like once per second, it looks like. So, yeah. So now I've seen, I went to YouTube and said, well, all right, what do I use and how do I do it, right? Well, you had, some people, people like using, like pipe wrenches and channel locks. And it's understandable because, that's a big nut on there. That's, mine is like 1 7/8. You go to a store, you go to even to Harbor Freight. I mean, I thought, oh, Harbor Freight, I was in Petoskey and like they got a Harbor Freight. Oh, problem solved. I know I can find the right tool there. No, I can't. No, I mean, they didn't have it there. You can't buy like wrenches that are more than like 1 1/4 inches. And when you buy a 1 1/4 inch wrench, the handle is 1.5 feet long. So I went to marine stores and I said, do you have stuffing box wrenches? And they scratched it. They didn't know what I was talking about. Now, West Marine, the guy at West Marine finally said, oh, you want a packing nut wrench. So you got an adjustable packing nut wrench there. Okay. But they don't have them in the store. They never have. You always have to order online. And it takes like 3 to 7 days. And I had better things to do. And so I finally... And I started asking like for packing nut wrenches. I go, do you have any packing nuts? Like, what the hell are you talking about? So I finally went to the Ace Hardware here in Harbor Springs. And it's a good size hardware store. So, hey, maybe I'll get lucky. And I found the guy, the plumbing guy or whatever. And I said, I'm looking for a packing nut wrenches. Because you need 2 of them. And he said, oh, well. And I kind of described to him what I needed. And he said, oh, sounds like you might be able to use a spud nut wrench. A spud nut wrench. And in fact, here's what it looks like. And in fact, it's the packing nut wrench. It's the packing nut wrench from West Marine. It's the same thing, right? It's that same... It's pretty much the same thing. It's pretty much the same thing. And I got 2 of them. Okay. But it's also called... Yeah, so it's called a spud nut wrench. It's called... Here's the little package it came with. So it's actually called an adjustable combination wrench. So if you want to speak plumbing, if you go to an Ace Hardware or whatever, and you speak plumbing, you got to speak plumbing. So it's called an adjustable combination wrench. It fits spud nuts, slip and lock nuts, and basket strainer nuts. So those are plumbing. Those are like on plumbing fixtures, right? And I got 2 of them. And actually, they're not exactly the same. The packaging was a little bit different too, but they're the same thing, same part number. They got these different little notches. I don't know what these notches are for, but so they're there. And then, so they're adjustable. And then they also have a wing nut on the back. So once you get them the right width, you can tighten down the wing nuts so that they'll maintain that tension on there. Okay. So there they are. The right tool for the job. Alrighty.